talking about this campaign of caring in response to COVID, with the realization that ultimately the way that we solve the COVID problem is together by caring for others. And it occurred to me that something that's really important for me in the context of caring is a sort of preparing or kind of centering and intentional kind of centering before I'm in the possibility of doing kind of interactions that I want to do. So I sort of think about how I want to be before I'm in that space, so I'm more likely to be the way that I want to be when I am in that space. And it's like for example, this is an example of something I would do. I'm in the middle of this project and I need to go to the hardware store. Instead of just like putting down everything and rushing to the hardware store, I put down everything and I go, okay, so I'm about to be interacting with people. This is before COVID. I'm about to be interacting with people. How do I want to be in that space? When I get to this space, how do I want to be in terms of my interacting? I'm just realizing my camera's not straight. So it's like the hardware store now is to level the house. That's the thing that I know. And so how do I want to be in that space? And then what do I need to do in order to kind of center myself, bring myself back to where I am, so that when I get to the hardware store, I can be in that place the way that I want to be. And this, for me now, in the context of COVID, it's the same thing. It's just a different kind of context. And I was thinking about how hilarious it would be if there was this game show where the rules were, you can use any facial expression you want. You have to convey to your partner some phrase or something, or a word or something. And you can use any facial expression that you want, except you have to wear a mask. So it's like, so you're limited to your eyes, and there's only so much we can do with our eyes. But that's the reality that we're in. We've got our voice, we've got our eyes, we've got our hands gestures, we've got our bodies. And so I'm thinking about how I can take up those things that I have at my disposal to communicate to others that this campaign of caring. And so positioning myself before I go out, before I have those possibilities, how do I want to be when I enter that space? How do I want to carry myself when I'm in that space? And using that to kind of be a sort of a, before I even get there. So I'm not finding myself in the middle of a situation where I want to communicate this caring and I'm not even centered, I'm not even in a place. So I have to rewind from where I am in order to even move into that space. So this is a way to do it before I even get there. So that's what I'm thinking about today. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'll be back tomorrow with more What's Next with Dr. Joel.